Hello again, and welcome to another episode of my ongoing HTML5 The Basic series. After I'm done with this HTML5 series, I do plan on moving on to CSS and some more advanced HTML. I need to know kind of if you guys are enjoying the format, if you want any changes, or any suggestions that you have in general. Also, feel free to leave me an email, a comment, or contact me in some way, and just let me know what it is that you want to see. I know a lot of programming languages. I do programming day and night, and I also am really in the web development community. So feel free to, if you want Rails next, I've been doing a lot of Rails recently. If you want PHP, it's a good solid language with lots of frameworks, and you have a lot of flexibility with what you learn. But anyways, enough about my preamble. Let's go ahead and get started. Today I am doing the details tag, and the details tag is a little bit strange, and it is currently only supported by one browser, and that is Chrome, because Chrome is awesome. The details tag is amazing. It actually kind of blew my mind when I first saw it, because it's got this kind of like fun little Ajax-y like functionality behind it, but it doesn't require any JavaScript or anything. It's just part of the browser that does it. Now, the thing is it works in this kind of it works in tandem with this summary tag, and I am going to cover the summary tag because it's required, and the summary tag is only used inside of a details tag. So let's go ahead and just draw up some details. And then we will put in some summary. And then we'll add a p tag. All right. So this is the general structure, how you see it, or something along these lines. The details tag is it denotes a block of information that should not be visible by the user unless the open attribute is assigned. Now, the common use case for this is things like copyright and stuff like that, but I've actually found some really cool uses for a frequently asked questions site. So that's what I'm going to do here, is I'm going to show you how you can use the details to create frequently asked questions. So our summary is going to be something like, why is the sky blue? And then what you can do is inside of the body of the details. And so think of it like this. Nothing inside details is visible unless it's in the summary tag. The summary tag is visible. So what I'll show you here is we've got our question. And now let's have our answers. Because the water on Earth refracts light off the atmosphere. Something along those lines. I would say it a little more brainy if I actually thought about it before I wrote it. Anyways, so we're going to switch over here to our viewer, and instead of being Firefox, we're switching over to Chrome. So we switch over here to Chrome, and you'll see a little arrow here, and you'll see our question. Now, if we switch back to our markup, you'll see that the details tag, everything inside the summary tag, as I said earlier, is displayed. And everything else is not displayed. And that's where the power of the detail tag actually comes in. If you look here at our Chrome, you'll see when I click on this, it folds out and gives me the rest of the details. This is extremely useful for things like frequently asked questions or anything where you want to do like those fancy JavaScript toggles. So that gives you a lot of power with very little effort. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy and paste a whole bunch of times, and you'll see that it can make a really easy to follow FAQ, and you just find, oh, what's the question? Boom, click it, answer, done. What's nice is if your browser does not support it, it simply displays it in line like this. And so you can still do your styling and everything, and it will just look like it's always expanded. And of course, it won't have those fancy arrows or anything like that. It is very limited right now because Chrome is the only browser that supports it, and I believe the rest of the browsers are going to support it shortly. It is in the HTML5 spec, and it is pretty much solidified in the HTML5 spec, so we will see it in the future. So expect to see a little bit more of the details tag, and once styling options become more and you can start using custom images for the arrow, you're going to see a lot more really cool fold-outs without too much effort. And the last thing I want to show you, though, is when you add the open equals open attribute to any of these detail tags, those will be open by default, which is really cool because if you wanted to have something made of emphasis, in like a FAQ, you could easily have one question open at all times, or you can have one question open at the beginning of each page session, which is really cool. So I hope you learned something. Peace.